Hey, what is up everyone? Today I wanted to make a little bit of a different video because this video is going to be the classic What's in my dock video. I'm here on my main machine, which is the MacBook Air from previous videos. It's a 2013 machine. I don't have a desktop PC, so this is really my main machine. Yeah, so let's get started. Of course we have Finder at the start, and then we have Apple Mail. I've tried a few different mail clients, but I still like Apple Mail the most. Then we have, of course, WhatsApp, the application from the Mac App Store. And then Telegram, which is also an instant messenger, and Wire, which is also a really cool instant messenger. It's completely open source, and it has end-to-end encryption, not only for text, but also for audio and video calls. And they have desktop apps, they have web apps, and they have apps for iOS, Android, and so on. So really awesome instant messenger. You should have a look at it. Then of course messages for iMessage. Skype is still there. Google Chrome for uploading to YouTube and stuff, because that works best from Google Chrome. Then Safari, my main web browser. And I have an honorable mention for Safari. It's not in the dock, but I have the cookies extension installed, which automatically deletes all of the cookies when I quit Safari. And that's an awesome extension which is free, and you can find it here. Okay, then we have Twitter, which is just a standard Twitter client. We have MacPass, which is my password management application. It's open source, it's free, and it uses KeePass, so you can also open the files you create with here, the password files, with KeePass under Windows or with mini KeePass on iOS. That's what I do. I sync the encrypted password file with Dropbox, and then I can open it on the phone with mini KeePass. That's a nice open source and free software approach for password managers. Then we have iTunes, of course, for music and syncing the iPod. The calendar, notes, reminders, the basic applications, I use them. Wunderlist, which I use for to-do lists for the university, and that's a great tool. And then Write, which is an interesting application. It's also free, and I use it in university to take notes and stuff like that. And I'm using a Wacom Bamboo graphic tablet with it, and it works perfectly. You can write, you can draw, you can do straight lines, you can delete, you can move stuff around, and it's really a really nice application. I think it also comes for Windows and Linux, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, awesome application I use every day when I'm in university. Oh yeah, and the awesome thing is it saves everything as SVG files, so you can open them in Inkscape or Illustrator or something if you want to, but it also creates an HTML site which you can open in the browser, and then you have all your notes in the browser. You can print it to PDF and everything from the browser, so that's really nice. I love that. Okay, then we have Preview for PDF files and stuff like that. Photos, which is the macOS photo application. I used it only to sync all my photos from the iPhone. And then I use Darktable for all the photos I take with my cameras. Darktable is a RAW converter, and because I shoot everything in RAW. And yeah, Darktable is an open source program, so it's an alternative to Adobe Lightroom and yeah, the other ones that are in this market. So it's pretty good. It's not as good as Adobe Lightroom or stuff like that, but it's free and open source, and that's the nice thing. So it's currently not starting. Oh yeah, maybe I have to update it, but for the most part it works great, and the speed is also decent on this program. It's not too bad. Lightroom is still better, I think, but yeah. And then I use Affinity Photos, which completely replaced Photoshop for me. It's an awesome, very awesome application for photo editing. Easy to use, super fast. I like it a lot. Then there's Motion 5. I used this to create the intro on this channel, and then Final Cut Pro, of course, for editing the videos. Handbrake, which is a video conversion tool. I think most of you may know it already, but yeah, it's a really nice application. And then we have Ocean Audio, which is a free tool to do some basic stuff on audio work. So you can do some quick edits like cutting something out from a song or stuff like that. And yeah, nothing special, but it works really well. Then I have Sublime Text, which was my go-to editor for text files, or my text editor for programming and stuff like that. But I'm currently trying Atom, which is an open source text editor from GitHub. And Sublime Text is a paid application. But yeah, I'm currently trying Atom, how it works. Whether I like it or not, it's noticeably slower than Sublime. It looks really nice, I think. You can do a lot with it, and it has a lot of packages which you can install and customize. So that's really nice. Then here's iTerm, which replaces the default terminal application. And yeah, I use it in a setup like this with two screens in one window, and over whichever screen my mouse currently is, I can type. So I just have to move the mouse. I don't have to click to switch the window, which is really nice. I'm using Fish as a shell, which I quite like because it has an awesome tab completion. I can write stuff like shutdown and then press the up key, and it searches in the history for everything where the word shutdown is in the command. So that's awesome. Stuff like that is really, really nice with Fish. And yeah, that's the terminal I use, iTerm 2. And my color schemes are, if you're interested, I think the color scheme I'm using is IC Orange PPL, which I really like. And yeah, so that's iTerm. Then there's VirtualBox, of course, for Windows, and QuickTime Player just for now for the recording. So some honorable mentions are Slate, which is a really nice application for window management. So I have defined some shortcuts for moving the windows like that, putting it left or right, maximize it, or even just make it a little step smaller. Oops. So that's awesome, but you can do more complicated things also. For example, you can define layouts. I have one layout that opens the terminal on one side, and on the other side it opens Sublime Text. And so it's currently broken because I have to fix something there. But normally it would expand the terminal right on the other side of Sublime Text. So if I close Sublime Text now and I hit the shortcut, you can see Sublime Text launches, and even if Sublime Text is already launched and the size is different, then in the layout, if I press it again, it just resizes the window. So that's what you can do with Slate, and that's really nice. I like that. Another honorable mention is Max, which I use to convert audio files, and it works really nice. And the last one is Knock Knock. Knock Knock is also a really nice tool which scans plugins, auto start items and stuff like that on your system, and checks them on VirusTotal if there's any virus detected. So I run this from time to time, just check whether something weird is starting with my system. So I don't use an antivirus program, I just use this application and common sense to avoid viruses and malware and stuff like that. Okay, so I think that covers everything that I use mostly on my machine. There are some things still here. For example, Tunnelblick, which I use for VPN, no sleep if I want the MacBook not to go to sleep, even if I close the display. And then I use Keeping You Awake if I want the display to stay awake, so no screensaver, no locking by yourself. I just have to click it and then it's activated. Yeah, but I think that covers it, and so this is everything I currently use in 2016, end of 2016. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have some apps or tools that you use and really like and want to share with the others or with me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.